Hi everyone, this is Saumya. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll discuss about the first newspaper of India, the first vernacular newspaper of India, and also the first different language newspapers of India. Okay, then it is also very important topic. Please remember. First, when the first printing started in India, we'll discuss. The printing operation began in Goa in 1556. The first printing press was established at the Jesus St. Paul's College in Old Goa. Please remember, this is Jesus St. Paul's College in Old Goa. The first printing press was established. First book of India also published there. What is the first book of India? That is Conclusions Philosophicus. And the first printed Indian language was Tamil. Please remember both the point. It is very important for you. The first book is Conclusions Philosophicus and the first printed Indian language was Tamil. Then the first newspaper of India. You all know that the first newspaper of India, it was published at the time of the British rules regulation. The Hickey's Gazette. Hickey's Gazette, popularly it is also known as the Bengal Gazette. The Hickey's Gazette was the first newspaper of India. It was also the first English language newspaper of India. It was published in English language. It was published by an Irishman, James Augustus Hickey, in 1780. Though the lifespan of the newspaper was only 2 years, but it was the remarkable step taken by the Irishman, James Augustus Hickey. It was also the first English language newspaper. It was the first newspaper of India and also it was the first newspaper of Indian subcontinent. Please remember, all these points relate to the first newspaper of India, Hickey's Gazette, or the Bengal Gazette, or the Calcutta Journal Advertiser. Okay. Then the first vernacular newspaper. What is the meaning of vernacular? Normally, the people use that the ordinary dialect, the local language. Vernacular language is called as the vernacular language. The first vernacular newspaper of India was the Samachar Darpan. It was published in the Bengali language. It is the weekly. It was published on May 1818. It was published by Carey and Marsman from the Baptist Mission Press of Serampur in Calcutta. It started during the period of Lord Hastings. Also remember this point. Sometimes this type of question also always come in your exam because exactly सीधे साधे जो आंसर होते हैं, सीधे साधे क्वेश्चन होते हैं, वो सारे नहीं आते हैं. इसे थोड़ा अंदर घुसना पड़ता है. इसीलिए आप लोगों को ये भी देखना पड़ेगा कि इसके साथ एसोसिएटेड क्वेश्चंस क्या है और उसके ऊपर आपको फोकस करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. Then the first Hindi newspaper, Uddant Martand. What is the meaning of Uddant Martand? इसका मतलब होता है the rising sun. The पहला Hindi language newspaper published in India, that was the Uddant Martand. Please remember, it was started on 30 May 1826 from Calcutta. It was a weekly newspaper. It was published every Tuesday. By whom? Please remember, Pandit Jugal Kishore Shukla. Many times the question also came like that. Who was the editor of Uddant Martand? Who was the editor of the first Hindi language newspaper? Like this. Pandit Jugal Kishore Shukla. Okay. Then the first Urdu newspaper. The first Urdu newspaper was the Jame Jahanuma. Okay, it was established in 1822 in Calcutta by Harihar Datta. Remember, please. The first Odia newspaper, that is Utkal Deepika. The first Odia newspaper was Utkal Deepika. It was established by Gauri Shankar Rai and Babu Bichitrananda Das. It was a weekly newspaper, was started publishing on 4th August 1866. It started from Kotak. Please remember all these points. It may come in your exam. Okay. Then the first Gujarati newspaper. The first Gujarati newspaper still continued. It's very interesting. How many years? It's a long lifespan of that newspaper, no? It was started in 1st July 1822. That is Bombay Samachar, popularly known as the Bombay Samachar. It was established on 1st July 1822. By whom? The Fardunji Marjavan in Bombay. The newspaper was published in Gujarati language and also the English language. When it was started publishing, at that time it was published in Gujarati language and English language also. Now it is named as the Mumbai Samachar, which is the oldest continuously published newspaper in India. Okay. Then the first Persian newspaper. The first Persian newspaper, Miratul Akbar. The meaning of that Miratul Akbar, mirror of news. न्यूज का आईना होता है, ठीक है. मिरर तो अखबार का मतलब होता है मिरर, जो न्यूज का ये जो खबरें होते हैं ना, उसका आईना होता है. It is a Persian language journal founded by whom? It was founded by the social activist, the famous social activist and the father of language journalism of India, Raja Ram Mohan Rai. It was also edited by him. Because Raja Ram Mohan Rai was very proficient in different languages, English, Bengali, Persian. Okay, so it was founded and edited by Raja Ram Mohan Rai. The newspaper was first published on 12th April 1822. Please remember, Miratul Akbar, the newspaper is also associated with Raja Ram Mohan Rai. The first Tamil newspaper. The first Tamil newspaper was the Swadeshi Mitran. Swadeshi Mitran was published in 1891 and its lifespan was very long, from 1891 to 1985. Nearly 100 years. It was published from Madras, Chennai. Okay. Now Madras is known as Chennai. It was one of the earliest Tamil newspaper and the longest in print. By whom? It was founded by the Indian nationalist G. Subramaniam Iyer. The contribution of that newspaper towards Indian freedom struggle was remarkable. Okay, please remember the first Tamil newspaper, the name of that newspaper, the founder of that newspaper, from which year to which year it was continued. Please remember all these things. It may helpful for you in your coming exam. The first Marathi newspaper. The first Marathi newspaper was that one. It was started on 6 January 1832. It was started by Bal Sastri Jambekar. The Bal Sastri Jambekar is popularly known as the father of Marathi journalism. It was a bilingual fortnightly. Darpan was a bilingual fortnightly. It was published in Marathi and English language also. Then the first Assamese newspaper, that was a magazine, that is the Arundoy. That means, इसका मतलब क्या होता है? Sunrise. Arundoy was published monthly from the Shivsagar Baptist Missionary Press. Okay. In Assam, there is the Shivsagar Baptist Missionary Press. In 1846, Arundoy was published from that missionary press. The magazine took the initiative of innovating the then Assamese dialect instead of borrowing words from other languages. Okay. Then the first Malayalam newspaper. The first Malayalam newspaper was Rajya Samacharam. Rajya Samacharam, the first issue of Rajya Samacharam came out in June 1847. It was the first Malayalam journal published by published by the Mission Society. The editor of that newspaper was Herman Gundet. Okay, the Kannur district of Kerala. It published from the Kannur district of Kerala. The Malayalam newspaper, the first Malayalam newspaper, Rajya Samachar. Okay, for today, we already discussed about when the printing press started printing in India, and the first newspaper of India, the first vernacular newspaper of India, and the first newspaper of Malayalam, Assamese, Kannada, and Tamil, Odia, and Urdu, Persian, Hindi, like all these things. Okay, I think it will be very helpful for you. Then, if it will be very helpful for you, please like the video and give your valuable comments in this video in the comment box, and do subscribe. Please share it. Thank you. See you later. Okay, bye-bye.